Hey guys, it's Loves the Loom here. Today I'll be showing you how to make this really cool I Am the Walrus bracelet created by Suzanne HB on YouTube, and you can also find her on Instagram under Crazy Just Might Work. I will definitely have her link in the bottom below so you can check out her page. She's definitely a very talented loomer, comes out with something new almost every day, so you want to definitely give her a follow. This one here takes approximately 130 bands. Has a lot of different color possibilities. This one I used the limited edition bands from rainbowloom.com, and then this is just the opaque. But as you can see, I did different color combinations. This is just what it looks like on the back, 3 single chains. But I will definitely show you how to achieve at least 2 different kind of the color pattern looks. But like I said, there's a lot of possibilities. You can use your monster tail or the loom for this. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you will need 2 bar pins. We're going to work with these 6 pins here. You could also use your monster tail using the 6 in the middle. Grab 1 C-clip and your hook, and don't have any connector in the middle here so your bracelet can grow. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay 3 vertical bands, and I'm doing this color pattern here, but I will tell you how to achieve where the whole row is the same color after I have a few rows laid, because it's kind of hard to explain right now. So lay those 3 vertical bands. And now we're going to lay a horizontal band. I'm going to use the same color band that I laid already so that I can achieve the pattern I like. So we need this to stretch across and behind this one and then attach back to this one. So I'm first going to just place a cap band onto this first pin here. And this is the only time we'll be doing the cap band. We're going to grab it and we're going to go around the second one. Whoops. Around the second one and reattach it to the third. And it's very tight, so be careful. Like so. Once you've done that, we're now going to go inside the left pin, grabbing that band and bringing it forward. You're going to grab the second one, which is going to go on the outside like that, and just bring that forward. And then we have to go inside this third one. So go inside that band. This one is a little tighter than the others. Bring it forward. Like so. Turn your loom around. And we're going to loop up the very bottom band on each one. You're just going to bring it up and release. Like so. Should just look like that. Turn it back around. And we're now going to lay our next section. So without babbling too much, I just want to kind of try to explain really quick. If you want the whole row to match the color, like how that brown matches all the way across, then the next 3 colors you're going to lay right now, which is going to be vertical. So we're going to do it like this again. I'm going to switch to purple. If you're doing this pattern here, you want those 3 vertical bands to match whichever band is right here. So the last horizontal band that you laid should match these 3. And now I'm going to lay a purple two. We now need to lay 2 horizontal bands going forward for the rest of the design. So I'm going to stretch 2 purples going around the middle, attaching like that. But if you're doing this design, this horizontal band that you would be laying is going to be whatever you want the next section color to be. So, for example, after we loop this and you go to lay your vertical bands again, those colors should match this horizontal band. So hopefully that makes some kind of sense. So I'm going to grab the 2 bottom bands and I'm going to loop those up and over on both the left and the right, like so. And now we're going to loop the remainder band. So going inside this left one, grab that band and bring it forward. grab this one in the middle, just bring that forward and go inside this pin here. Make sure you're going inside the top 2 bands. It's a little easier to go in on the side here and swoop around, grab it, and bring it forward. Like so. So once again, we're going to turn our loom around. And this time going forward, we're going to now loop the 2 bottom bands instead of just the 1. So grab the 2 bottoms, bring it up, do the same on the middle and on the left. I'm going to turn it back around, and the only thing you want to double check is make sure that they are laying correctly. This one is in front and it shouldn't be. My teal should be in the back. So that's the only thing I would double check. So now we are back to the point where we're going to lay our vertical bands. So I'm going to switch another color and go to orange. But if you're doing that pattern where the whole row matches, the bands that you're laying on these 3 pins should match this one right here. So lay that on all 3. Going forward. And now we're going to lay our horizontal band again. Or bands, excuse me. So double bands. Going around that center one. Like so. We're going to loop up the bottom 2 bands on the left and the right, like so. And now we're going to go inside the left, bring it back to itself, bring the middle one forward, and the same on the right side, making sure you're going inside those 2 and bring it forward. I'm going to turn it around again, and we're going to loop up the 2 bottom bands, like so. You could also reach up just like over your loom if you don't want to keep turning it around. It's definitely a lot easier that way. So we're back at square one again. So I'm going to go back to my first color, which was teal. Laying 3 vertical bands. And now I need to grab my 2 bands that are going to go across horizontally. Just remember you're going to go around the center one and reattach to the 3rd. I'm going to loop up the bottom 2. And now we'll bring all the other bands back to themselves. So you always got to go inside the outside pins. This time I'm just going to reach over to grab those 2 bottoms. Just be careful that you don't lose that band. Like so. This is definitely a fast and easy design, so hopefully you can pick up on it rather quickly. Basically just choosing which color scheme you want is the hardest part, really. So now we need to grab our 2 horizontal bands. Stretch it across the middle, well, around the middle, like so. Loop up the bottom 2 bands. And now loom these back to themselves again. And now we'll bring up the bottom 2 bands. Like so. Going back to, what color am I on? My orange. Laying my 3 vertical. Grab your 2 bands and lay your horizontal going around the center one. We're going to loop up the bottom 2. And now loop everything back going forward. And once again, grabbing these 2 bottom bands, looping it up. Every time I go to do it that way, I almost lose this end band. So be very careful if you're not turning your loom around. It starts to grow pretty quick. You can just kind of squish it down in here. And then of course you can just get a hold of it and pull it out of the bottom. So that's what we're going to continue to do. So you can certainly just follow along. I'll do a couple rows. Don't forget that the horizontal bands that you lay have to be double bands. If I didn't say this already, I'm filming in a different spot. I feel like the color keeps like changing and I don't know why it's doing that. But that's why, and that's why if you hear an echo, that's why. So I'm just going to do it one more time because I think it's really easy to pick up on. There's not a whole lot of steps that you have to do. Oh, almost forgot to loop my bottom. Alright, so push it down, just pull it through. You can start to see it starting to grow. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and finish mine up and then I'll come back and show you how to close it up. If you have any problems, just watch the previous instructions. Okay guys, so we can go ahead and get it closed up now. So basically you want to be at the very start. Basically, like if you're going to start another pattern, there should be one band on the 3 back, and then you have the double on the front here. So what we're going to do is in the back here, we're going to bring these 2 on the side into the center. So I'm just going to bring it over and attach it. Like so. And now we're just simply going to move these in the back also up here on the front. So there is going to be a lot of bands on the one pin for a moment. So I'm going to turn it around so you can see a little better. I have it a little twisted in here. And now all we're going to do is slide a band up through here. If you want to be more secure or feel better about it being tighter, you can certainly pull 2 bands through, but I just like having 1 band. So I'm going to slide that up through, making sure to get around all of the bands. And then I'm going to attach it. And this is where I'm going to attach my C-clip. Like so. And now we can pop it off and pull it out. For attaching the other part of your C-clip, you're going to locate it. Hold on to it. Make sure your bracelet is straight. Around on this side here, you're going to see there is the 2 bands going vertical there. We want to find that cap band that we put in the very beginning, which is actually between those 2 bands. Okay, so it's right there in between those 2. Just pull it out a little bit like so. And that's where we will attach our C-clip to. So like I said, if you want it a little bit tighter on this side, you can certainly use the 2 bands. So there you have the completed I Am the Walrus bracelet, created by Suzanne HB on YouTube, and you can find her on Instagram as Crazy Just Might Work. Like I said, you definitely want to check her out. She's very talented, always has some new designs coming out. If you do like this, please hit the like button below so others can find it and make it also. And then also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can also do that so you can keep up to date with my tutorials. And then I am also on Instagram, so please tag me and tag Crazy Just Might Work. I'm Loves to Loom, so that we can see your rendition. So alrighty guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you at my next video. Bye!